Et bonjour à tous les amis, ici sur White Rename of the Edith Finch. J'espère que vous allez bien.
With the house.
Ok. Déjà les touches me perturbent un peu parce que il faut que j'appuie en asserti, enfin le clavier est en assorti.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Et là, il est en QWERTY. Ça me perturbe un peu. J'ai l'impression que le jeu est très gourmand.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Waouh, la maison de ouf. Vous êtes sûr qu'on n'est pas dans Hello Neighbor? Oh, les ombrages pixels. Ouais, mais parce que c'est moi qui ai changé les ombrages.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now,
Ok.
as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Ok.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
Très bien. Faut trouver une méthode pour rentrer. Mais j'ai l'impression que notre personnage est une femme, ça oui, mais elle a l'air enceinte. C'est moi ou c'est le truc en...
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Le jeu est magnifique quand même.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
Ah bah oui, logique.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
C'est dommage que j'ai des petits freeze. Le jeu est beau, hein, mais il est très mal optimisé, j'ai l'impression.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit. Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Ok. C'est intéressant.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes. My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Ok. Donc, très bien. C'est qui ça?
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Grégory. Ok. Oh, attends.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Ok. Ok. Ah oui, d'accord, donc ils ont pas vécu très longtemps, à ce que je vois. Ah, vache. Bah, il y en a quelques-uns si, mais bon. Ok. Oula.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Louis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Le jeu est hyper beau, mais c'est dommage qu'il y a des petits frises.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find
C'est bien,
out
c'est que
what my mom had been afraid
c'est
of.
hyper interactif. Je dois bouger la souris pour faire des mouvements simples.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan, but I had no idea what was behind that door.
On dirait une chambre de petite
It's
fille.
like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I got the sense Edie
Molly.
had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
Molly. 10 ans. Waouh. Elle est décédée il y a 10 ans. Enfin, quand elle avait 10 ans.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it. Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
J'ai pensé. J'y
I
ai
thought about
pensé.
eating Christopher, but I held back.
Il s'appelle Christopher. Très bien. On a un poisson qui s'appelle Christopher.
I kept eating and eating.
Je n'arrêtais pas de manger. Oh, anti-dentifrice, c'est pas bon. Ouais.
I ate a lot of things that night.
J'ai mangé beaucoup cette nuit-là. De choses cette nuit-là, pardon.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
On a un chat.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Ah, attends, parce que je ne sais pas du tout où il faut aller.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Papa et maman me regardaient même pas. Ok. Reviens là, sale tête
I
d'oiseau!
almost got her. I could tell she was getting really
Super
tired.
frustrant! Viens là!
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up,
Oh! Waouh!
and suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Attends, mais on a pris de la drogue, c'est pas possible.
Rabbits.
Où ça? Lapin. Ah oui, là.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Le jeu est magnifique par contre. Hein. C'est bête que que mon PC freeze.
A mama rabbit.
Encore un lapin? Je le vois, hop. Ah, ok, là.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Ah! Un requin? Allez!
I rolled off the cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Le jeu est magnifique.
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
Allez, viens là! Faites bouffer! Lumière!
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Celui-là.
I grabbed on tight. When I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my
Quoi?
eyes, everything had changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere. I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Là, il m'a fait peur. Par contre, je sais pas ce que c'est comme bestiole pour bouffer un être humain aussi facilement, mais...
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Ah, le bruit, il est ignoble par contre.
After the last passenger, I
Ah,
was
non,
still
non, 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 non.
and across
Après,
the water
après avoir...
was something I knew,
ah,
something I had to
oula.
have, so I swam towards it. I
Oula.
slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Ta 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 ta. Je suis un tentacule, le cul qui t'encule, le tentacule, le cul qui t'encule, le cul. Oula.
I got closer and closer.
Je vais foutre le sbeul.
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Comme ça, je serais délicieux. C'est ignoble. C'est ignoble de faire ça à une enfant. Enfin,
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have. This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
elle, c'était la mère de Molly.
Her room was like a museum.
Ah non, Odin. Donc c'était le père de Molly. Donc le grand-père a
For
Edith.
500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son.
Ah, c'est son arrière-grand-père en gros.
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Okay.
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
Okay.
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
Ah, donc en fait,
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Ok. Donc du coup là c'est
Whatever's wrong with
grand-père
this
Odin.
family, it goes back a long ways.
Donc officiellement c'est notre arrière-grand-père. Ouf.
Louis died a week before we left.
Louis
But
est
Edie
mort.
had already started to memorialize him.
Départ. Ah.
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
Ok. Intéressant à savoir.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Ouais, bah oui, tu m'étonnes.
Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Ok. Alors où est-ce qu'on est?
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Parce que du coup c'est notre clé qui ouvre tout. Ouais voilà.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
C'est quoi cette maison de ouf? C'est un endroit pour...
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished.
Ouais, c'est un truc
never
pour
put it down.
développer les photos.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Allez, on pousse.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Calvin, pardon.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't.
Ok. Le jeu est très beau. Hein. Oh, les pieds par contre. Prenez en screen les ans, prenez en screen les ans. Vas-y, prenez.
I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Rêve de voler.
Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
Là pour l'instant ça va hein. Ah on voit l'ancienne maison là-bas là je crois. Je crois que c'est l'ancienne maison là-bas. Non? Dites-moi. On me dira dans l'espace commentaire. De toute façon on le saura bien à un moment donné ou un autre on le saura. Je me suis ralenti comme un teubé. Allez! Plus haut! Plus haut! Plus haut! Le paysage est magnifique. C'est bête que du coup le jeu m'oblige à mettre l'ombrage etc. À un aussi mauvais. Par contre j'ai l'impression de vraiment pas... Ah. Déjà j'ai l'impression...
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
Ok.
I told him going around was impossible,
Je me dis que faire un tour complet était impossible.
Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Peut-être que j'aurais... Ouais, non, t'aurais pas dû lui dire ça, ouais.
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind.
C'est vrai que moi j'ai toujours rêvé faire ça, moi aussi, un tour complet.
That's what I want to remember.
Bon, pas en face
about
d'une
my
falaise,
brother.
mais un tour complet, j'ai toujours cru que c'était impossible. Mais ça dépend des styles de balançoire. Et j'ai déjà vu des potes en faire, donc j'ai toujours kiffé. Oh la vache. Oui. Oui, on a réussi. On a réussi, oui. Oula, oula, oula.
94. And he did.
Ah oui, d'accord. Ah ouais, mais non.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I
Ouah,
was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
ouah, ok. Ok. Moi qui aime pas qui a la peur du vide, je serais pas. Ouah.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Putain mais... Elle a une tech la maison. Oh, elle est incroyable la maison. Pour de vrai, elle
The
est vraiment
passages were
incroyable.
a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Attends, je veux déjà aller là-bas.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue.
Mhm.
She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Rick? Are you okay? This isn't funny.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Ouah, tabac, c'est du monstre, regarde. Dèche.
Fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Putain.
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw
Oh.
him out,
Oh, oh, oh.
but she kept a little something to remember.
Ça, c'est une femme avec du caractère.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there?
Oui.
Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Walter, are you there? Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Oh la vache.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
Tiens.
He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
Ça, c'est la jambe de Molly, ça.
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges grow. He wasn't moving, but she
Chef.
sensed the story might not
Mes souhaits.
yet.
De toute façon, on est avec la meilleure arme du monde. La main Crochet ne pourra rien faire. Même le capitaine Crochet ne pourra rien faire face à moi. Ah.
Had vanished.
Merde.
She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Mhm. On va voir sur les côtés.
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
Oh non.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard.
Et tu pensais qu'il allait pouvoir faire quoi, Walter?
As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her.
Il y avait quoi dans la boîte musique? Ah! Son oreille.
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
D'accord. Du coup là on va devoir repasser par la...
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy
Du coup
ending.
Walter c'est... Ok très bien, donc du coup attends parce que on doit repasser par là logiquement. Parce que j'ai vu qu'on avait ouvert quelque chose, donc on va repartir en arrière.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Oui moi aussi je comprends, je t'avoue que j'aurais fait la même. Tac tac tac, le jeu est incroyable. Bon c'est dommage qu'il y a des petits lags de temps en temps. Mais après c'est le truc qui charge. Par contre elle y va hyper doucement dans les escaliers. Vraiment l'histoire de la... Hop. Ok. Donc faut tourner jusqu'à temps qu'elle apparaît, après faut tirer avec la souris. Ok, ah oui d'accord. Ah oui d'accord, ça n'a jamais été réellement fini ici en fait.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Ah ouais? Ok. Le fameux frigo en
I thought
question.
maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot
Ah
more
ouais!
than that. I
Ah
remember
ouais.
asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories,
Ah oui d'accord.
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Il a quoi survivre hein? Enfin il avait quoi? Oh c'est Walter, c'est le petit qui avait... qui s'était caché de Barbara.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane.
Ok.
Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow.
Ok. Donc, tous les jours à midi, enfin à midi, minuit, etc. Je sais pas si c'est le matin ou si c'est le soir en fait.
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost
Okay.
friendly.
C'est des trucs avec de la pêche.
And then one day, everything just stopped.
Après un jour
Whatever
ça s'est
that
arrêté.
thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Par contre, le gabarit du mec, quand tu regardes son ombre. Ok, en fait, je tirais au lieu de pousser. Ok. Je suis complètement bête. Ok. Ok.
I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one more day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Ah d'accord, oh purée la vache. Ok. Ok. Ok, il s'est fait percuter par un train. Donc le monstre qu'il entendait, je suppose que c'était le train du coup.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Très bien.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Les mamans ça veut nous protéger donc logiquement oui. Alors là attends, on fait pas la même bêtise. Voilà.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Et le mur il a été reconstruit ou pas? Ah bah oui.
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
Ah mais non, en fait il a pas été
Trying to
reconstruit.
bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left. or
Et là nous on va se faire
two,
percuter par le train et boum.
I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself
Mhm.
and found out what happened to everyone else.
Ah oui d'accord.
But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem.
Oula.
Maybe we believed
Il y avait
so
des
much
arbres
in
ici avant.
family curse. We made it real.
Ok. Oula. Ah oui d'accord. Ah oui ça... Ah oui d'accord. Bon. Bon, bon,
I
bon,
don't know
bon,
if I
bon.
should even be writing this.
Il y a l'air d'avoir eu une tempête de ouf, hein, la vache.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of.
Faut aller tout droit? Non, ça va être étonnant, il faut peut-être passer par là. Ouais. À
Gotta be
remonter par la
honest,
maison.
I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
Ok. Putain, c'est triste de ouf.
I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Ok.
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
Ah! 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 Ok. Donc là on a la chambre de Molly, là on a la cabane et tout, ok. Oh putain, c'est horrible. Hein. C'est horrible. Est-ce qu'il y a des trucs... Est-ce que c'est par là? Non, c'est pas par là. Ça doit être... du coup, il y a le chemin est tout tracé. Pourquoi je ne suis pas le chemin? Qu'est-ce que tu fais,
We've
Dodo?
been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Oula. Il y a un cimetière? Attends,
It's
attends.
embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Ça a l'air d'être les animaux en général. Hop. Attendez, hop. Oula. J'ai eu un petit
Sven built
freeze.
the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Molly Finch. Calvin Finch. Steven Finch. Edith Finch. Walter Finch. Barbara Finch.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just
Salmfius.
trying to do better.
Auguste Finch. Et Gregory Finch. 1 an. Waouh. Ok. Milton Finch.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Hein? Mais c'est pas une Finch? Ok. Putain, il avait 18 ans. Il a le même âge que moi. Il est mort.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday. And find everything out for myself.
Wow. Le jeu est hyper addictif, même s'il y a des petits lags et du coup j'ai dû baisser la qualité.
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing.
Ouais, alors attends, tu t'appelles pas Molly, ma biche. Tu t'appelles pas Molly, ma biche. Tu t'appelles pas Molly. Ah, tu peux zoomer carrément. Ok, j'avais pas fait gaffe tout à l'heure. Donc en
I
appuyant
never
sur
met
Alt, tu
Grandpa
peux
Sam,
zoomer.
but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
Ok, donc là c'était notre grand-père du coup, logiquement parlant. Ah, c'est ça, c'était notre grand-père. Non, qu'est-ce que j'ai fait?
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged. Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are. Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
You're right.
Hey!
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Dawn, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? Last time I was with my brother Cal. You don't need to waste any more film on me, kiddo. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time.
Ok.
Give me a minute to check the map.
Son postérieur est volumineux et problématique, les enfants.
Let's see.
Voyons ça. On va niquer la pellicule à force. On aura plus de trucs pour faire les photos.
Maybe.
Un petit fessier et... Bon. Alors, on va bien zoomer. Ah non, c'est flou.
Was it?
Ou alors... C'est long là.
Could have been.
Bah alors, tu parles ou tu me parles pas? Est-ce qu'il faut que je photographie quelque chose en particulier?
Dad!
Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination.
Ça, c'est ma fille.
Let me get behind you.
do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Now keep yourself squared up, elbows down. Like you
3,
practiced.
2,
Whenever you're ready.
1 et pan. Non.
Great shot, Don.
Haha.
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
Oh merde, on joue.
Sorry, Don. Just gotta reset the timer.
Ah.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
still...
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about.
Dad!
Oh, c'est horrible. Oh non. Oh, c'est ignoble.
Of all
Non.
these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Pour l'instant, on sait pas c'est qui Edith. Enfin, Eddie. Ok, donc on a fait déjà toute la partie basse de l'arbre généalogique, hein. Sur ce, les amis, je pense qu'on va s'arrêter là pour aujourd'hui. On a quand même fait une belle avancée parce que malgré tout, hein, voilà. Malheureusement, le jeu bug énormément, mais parce qu'il fait chaud. Donc sur ce, je vous souhaite une très bonne journée et on s'arrête là pour aujourd'hui. Allez, les amis, tchuss!